Alright, so yesterday we had the announcement of the new regulation. Like major Pokemon tournaments, and locals, like all IRL tournaments, are going to be happening in Regulation H, which is a format we've already had. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people hated it. Sneasler is horrible for the game, but aside from that, a lot of people seem to like Reg H. So it's nice to get stepping back from all the restricted legendaries and all the other legendaries, Paradox Pokemon, we don't want to deal with Raging Bolt all the time. Um, but how that is only for IRL events. The online ladder in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet has now shifted. Well, it hasn't shifted yet. It's going to shift in September to Regulation J, which is essentially just Regulation I, but we're allowed to use Mythicals now. And honestly, I think the way they did this is super dumb. The Mythicals are counted as restricted Pokemon, and having one of your restricted slots taken up with the Mythical, it's not really worth it all that much. Like, Diancie's not all that good, Hoopa's not great, Deoxys is okay sometimes, Darkrai's not amazing, Arceus is busted, like, it's got 120 in every stat, of course it's going to be busted. Jirachi's not great, Keldeo isn't great, Magearna's good, but like, I don't know if it's restricted good. Manaphy not great, Meloetta, Mew, Petrarunt we're not actually 100% familiar with, but like, looking at the stats, it's not great, especially in a CSR metagame. Fiona not great, Shaman, both forms are not great. Like, I mean, suppose Shaman Sky does have like Air Slash, which is fine, but like, it's not restricted level good. Volcanion, again, not restricted levels are good. Zarude, not great. Like, it's just too slow. Like, a lot of these mythical Pokemon, not too great. Doesn't make sense for me to be using a restricted slot whenever this could be something like a Zamazenta, Calyrex Shadow, Miraidon, Lunala. It could be any of those like restricted legendaries, like even like Kyogre, even Kyurem White, right? I think I'd rather use Kyurem White over a lot of these Pokemon. But some of them do some really interesting things. So today we're gonna like just go down the rabbit hole of a couple of pairings for Regulation J, involving some mythical Pokemon. So without further ado, the first one that we're gonna look at today is Darkrai CSR. Now, is this a direct downgrade from Zamazenta CSR? Probably. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna like dance around it or anything. Probably a big downgrade, but hear me out, right? You lead CSR Darkrai. Your opponent has a choice to make. They either try and kill your Calyrex Shadow before you get a nasty plot off, or they try to kill your Darkrai before you click Dark Void and put both of their Pokemon to sleep. See where I'm going with this? With Sash Darkrai, opponents are forced to double into it, and you might think like, oh, this is a weird, stat spread for Darkrai, for Sashmon as well. Like, what gives? As it turns out, this exact spread both survives a 252 Adamant Terra Water Surging Strikes from Urshifu, and speed ties with max speed Arceus with positive nature. As you'll see here, like this is the calc. 252. This is the Urshifu calc. I always survive Surging Strikes, even so, and like you're not really running all that much offense here. Dark Pulse is more so that you don't get crippled by taunt than anything, but it does have like a really good support move pool with like, it gets Curse, like you can Ghost type Curse with Terra Ghost, you get Haze, you get Hypnosis if you really don't want to deal with Wide Guard, you get Psych Up if you're Eric Mendoza and want to play Mux Smeargle, you get like T-Wave, Trick, Will-O-Wisp, Confuse Ray, even like Rain Dance Sunny Day, like you can weather control with this thing. Spite can be funny in cases where you like really think you can stall out PP. Scary Face is alright for speed control. Like, it has a few utility options. But like as I said, like Dark Pulse just means that you don't get crippled by taunt. And speaking about taunt, you have your own taunt as well. But you're not too worried about taunt in the same breath because you are dark type. So like you don't have to deal with prankster taunt. And because you're so fast, like you're speed tying Arceus, you're more than likely faster than the non-prankster taunt user, like Incineroar's never hitting 189 speed. Chi-Yu's not hitting that either. You're always outspeeding max speed timid Chi-Yu without the scarf. You do run into issues with like taunt Chien-Pao, but then at the same time that does also mean that your Calyrex is probably free to just nasty plot up and sweep. Speaking of Calyrex, this is just like standard Life Orb Terra Dark stuff. This is the spread that I stole from the damage calculator, to be honest. But yeah, the next pairing that I want to look at, it's not something I've seen too much, but it's something that I've experimented with myself. And honestly, I think it's a lot better than people are going to give it credit for, is Arceus Electric plus Miraidon. Now, this is probably another direct downgrade from Kali Ice Miraidon, and if you really wanted like stab, bolt beam stuff, like you could probably run like Thunderbolt, Judgment, Arceus Ice, but Electric's a better defensive typing, plus the stab Electric Judgment it's so funny. I was playing with this earlier on and did like 90% to a Zamazenta with terrain boosted Judgment. Like, I think it was Terra Electric as well. But I think the big thing with this Arceus is that it's basically running on the same principles as Specs Miraidon, in that like you're stacking multiplier after multiplier. So like you have your Arceus, so you're getting like stab Judgment plus the Zap Blade boost plus the Terra Electric boost plus the Electric Terrain boost. It's not as many boosts as Miraidon. You don't have the Hadron Engine boost as well, but it still does insane damage. Extreme Speed is there as well for priority in case you want to like deal with Trick Room, or like you want to pick off like a faster foe like a Miraidon at low HP. Extreme Speed does that job nicely. This spread as well, it's pretty simple. Hits special attack bump, outspeeds Chi-Yu, and just the rest dumped into HP. Fairly simple. And then this is like standard Miraidon. I don't know the spread, I just went like max. But anyway, the next one is one that we kind of seen a little bit in Sword and Shield's Series 13 format, which is the last time Mythicals were legal. We've got Magearna Kali Ice. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know what to do with Magearna yet. I haven't tried it, I haven't looked too deep into it, I just know that it's good. Singles players cry when they see Magearna, it's actually funny. I just kind of went with leftovers on this. I actually didn't invest the last 4, put it into defense, it'll do rightly. Terra Water is to like help with Chi-Yu or Koraidon or like even Urshifu. Like you've got your Flash Cannon, your Trick Room, Deagleam, Protect. Soul Heart as an ability is stupid. It's essentially Grimnay on steroids. Like Calyrex, you thought Calyrex Shadow was bad. Getting boosts as it kills stuff. Imagine Calyrex Shadow, but it gets a boost anytime literally anything dies on the field for any reason. That's Magearna. Superior defensive typing to Calyrex as well in Steel Fairy. You've got that Steel Fairy stab as well. Like your dual stabs is ridiculous. Good offensive types. It can set Trick Room. It's decent in Trick Room itself. 63 speed is quite nice. Still outspeeding the likes of Calyrex and Iron Hands. It's still outspeeding the 49 club outside of Trick Room, but it's still quite funny. And this is just like standard Cali Ice, like you can run whatever Terra type you want, I don't care. They're all stupid and good. And the next one now is a bit more of an interesting one. You know, I kind of ran out of ideas for really good restricted pairings. But this is something I did see on ladder. Not the exact set. I remember seeing Psychic, Protect, and Transform. I don't remember what the fourth move was, or if I saw it. But Mew, yeah. This is cringe. I'm not gonna lie. The idea behind this set is that you can get your Miraidon onto the field and click transform into it, and next thing you have you have the only thing better than one Miraidon, which is two Miraidons. It's funny. It's essentially Ditto but better. Probably actually better to invest fully in HP so that, you know, you're getting a higher HP stat when you transform, but you're still getting a lot more HP than Ditto. And you also get to transform into whatever you want. Like, you can just click transform and you can target it. I did see on ladder, side target transform into Miraidon, and then I had to deal with two Miraidons. Still somehow managed to win that, which it's still beyond me. But it was cool. Terra Normal here just to mess around with CSR. That's the only reason in Terra Normal and Mew. And again, same Miraidon set. And I believe no, it's not. This is the next pairing that I'm gonna talk about today. We've got Terra Normal DOA. And what this does, it's not great, I'll be honest with you. A bit better than Rayquaza, but like I've seen better stuff. The Oxus attack, its entire thing is that it's fast, hits hard, and it dies to a piece of paper. Like you throw a pebble at this thing and it just breaks every bone in its body. It's essentially just glass cannon. The nice thing about it is that it speed ties Calyrex Shadow. Max speed Calyrex Shadow speed ties it, which is funny, but at the same time, like, whenever you're this frail and your entire thing is going fast and hitting hard, you kind of want to be outspeeding the biggest meta threat in the game. This is like standard, the exact same CSR set. But yeah, it's got like E-speed, for like Trick Room matchups. Like, it still hits really hard with E-speed. Like 180 base attack is insane. It's got the Bolt Beam coverage as well, and you can go Terra Normal E-speed as well, get a bit of a boost on E-speed, but Terra Normal does also help versus like CSR if you're dealing with Astral Barrage. And then yeah, this is the last restricted pairing here. This is probably like gonna be the most popular, I think, of the mythical pairings, is Arceus Normal Zamazenta. And the big reason for that is Qianpao works very well with both of these Pokemon. Only real reason that I put this here. Obviously, like, Clear Amulets, Sword Stance is very good. Like, you're not getting intimidated. You can just click Terra Normal E-speed, hit the strongest E-speed in the game, might I add. And then, like, you've got Flare Blitz. Like, this can be anything. This could be like Shadow Sneak, it could be Sucker Punch, it could be Foul Play if you really wanted to. I just went with Flare Blitz because fire's like a really good neutral attack into anything that, like, you can't hit with normal. And it also, like, helps a lot with Farigiraf as well. You could probably also run like Recover on this if you really wanted to. Or like you could run like a secondary normal option, but then you won't be able to hit Calyrex Shadow or Flutter Mane. You know, it's really like dealer's choice, to be honest. But yeah, I like Flare Blitz because, like, it's a strong attack. It covers a lot more options, lets you hit so much more than the likes of like Ghost Priority or like a Ghost move. Like, if you're running Shadow Claw on this, I'm sorry, you're never touching a Farigiraf. No Farigiraf is going to Terra in the face of you. And if they do, it's going to be Terra Dark and you're doing nothing anyway. And then that's just paired with standard Zamazenta. Like, fairly simple. But yeah, that's all the restricted pairings that I could think of off the bat. Some of them better than others. I can see Darkrai CSR being a thing. Honestly, as much as I find it fun, and I think it's busted, I don't see Arceus Electric Miraidon being too big because, like, too much overlap with, you know, strong special electric types. Magearna Kelly Ice, I think, is going to be huge. I think it's going to be a huge thing because, like, 2 Trick Room mons, right? Like, it's going to be really big on hard Trick Room. Mew, I'm honestly not expecting to see, like, any Mew. You might find the odd one with Transform, like the odd gimmick team, but it's not worth it. DOA, Kali Shadow, I mean, like, probably not with Kali Shadow, I'll be honest. I think there's, like, a whole lot more possibility for this. I can't see it being paired with the likes of Chi-Yu or Qianpao. I can see it going, like, fully into one offensive stat instead of being split like this. Probably physical, because a lot of them do still want to keep E-Speed. And then Arceus, Zamazenta, like, probably gonna happen an awful lot. Not too sure, but honestly, I think, like, after New Toy Syndrome wears off, everyone's just gonna go back to running to Reg I, essentially, and just run to restricteds instead of, like, a restricted and a mythical. Like, honestly, I don't think there's gonna be any real good solo mythical pairings. Like, you're not gonna see the likes of Magearna Deoxys Attack, you're not gonna see Arceus Mew, you know, it's not gonna happen that way. If there's gonna be mythicals at all, they're gonna be paired with actual restricteds. Arceus being the exception. Arceus has got restricted level stats, you know, like 120 in every stat is insane, you know. Like, 120 base offense is insane. 120 base speed it's not the most insane, right? We've got the Deoxys Attack, we've got Caloric Shadow, we've got the 135 club. So 120 is not outspeeding everything in the metagame, but it's still fast enough to outspeed some really strong meta-relevant threats like Chi-Yu, Urshifu, Tornadus, Landorus, you know, those kinds of ones. If the ones sitting around 100 speed, you're always gonna outspeed. And obviously, like, 120 bulk across the board is insane. The only time it's really going to hold you back is in, like, foul play calcs or, like, against a Pelipper where you get confused by Hurricane and then hit yourself, you know? But yeah, I think that's going to be it for these restricted pairings. Thanks for watching. If you think of anything at all that could be good, do let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Peace.